Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Lionel, and I'm your host for LT Productions. You are watching I Watch You Watch. We are covering The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. This is Season 5. I believe this is Episode 7, maybe 6. But I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Please like this video and also subscribe to my channel, and you can leave your comments below. I apologize for this video being late. One thing for me will set things off as a trail of me having to catch up, and that's what happened to me this week. But thank you for ones who are in support of me and want to watch my content. So let's get into this video. All right, so we start off where we ended last week. Of course, a lot of videos of Bravo are to be continued, but this was a good to be continued. We know at this point, the husbands of Whitney and Lisa are going at it on behalf of their wives. Things didn't really calm down for a very long time. Angie finally got things to kind of calm down and she got married to Prey. After Lisa's going on, I'm not a liar, you're a liar, blah, 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 blah. Whitney's like, I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. Stop it, Whitney, you were not trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. You came in there in an accusatory fashion. Everyone thinks that Lisa was trying to do this, but I mean, we don't even know this little blogger's site. If Lisa, as she said, and I believe this, if Lisa was really trying to do this, why don't you give it to page 6? Why don't you give it to these higher ones where they were reaching? And the dumbest thing to me is, Whitney, you already knew before it came to the group. You're parading around here like, I'm so hurt, I'm so hurt. How are you hurt? It would be one thing if you didn't know and it's just like, oh my God. You didn't even care to investigate beforehand about who put this out. You did not care. It's until it got on camera and now it's, let me be Daphne once again. That makes no sense to me. You do a lot of this stuff and cry wolf. You accuse people of stuff that is really dangerous to other people. And I need somebody to stomp you to the ground. And y'all take it how you want to. Y'all think I'm trying to incite violence? I don't care. Like, because you need to be squashed for real. Because you do some of the most reckless things. And then it's all, oh, I thought it was. Stop it. Stop it. You are a very dangerous person. People tend to believe you because of your voice. And no, you sound stupid most of the time. When you have all these theories and accusations, what ifs? Stop it. Anyways, Mary was the only one that got Lisa and Whitney to hold hands during prayer. That was not going to happen. But basically, Lisa said, we're not friends. There's nothing that she could do. I think she did say she's going to have to crawl and grovel. Whatever. Lisa, leave them folks alone. That's all I got to say. So the next morning, we see John and Lisa there going over the events that happened last night, and you know, Lisa does want an apology. I don't have everything in order. What was next? We're gonna get another scene with Lisa, but I'll wait a little while for her. But we could go on. Lisa's sister, one of her sisters, she has 6 siblings altogether, has come to visit, and she talks about what Henry is going through since Jack is gone. Henry doesn't have a lot of friends. Henry kind of latched on to the friends that his brother had. And now that he's gone, you can tell he's kind of lonely-ish. She kind of feels like a bad mother, or if she's not doing things right. Sometimes it does take a while for children to socialize. I don't know what more you do for your child, Lisa, you and John, to help him to be more social. She also said that she had a party that was last minute as far as giving invitations, and the class went to, or the friends or whomever the invitations went to another person that was in his class, because it was, I guess it was on the same date or whatever. I have to watch the after show, but Lisa gets into more in depth as to what's going on. But she feels like she failed a little bit. Like, am I doing things right? I'm socially awkward, and I don't want this to be a TED Talk today because I don't really want to go in my feelings right now. But sometimes, if somehow you're awkward in some type of way, you kind of get ostracized. All we know is that the dude, Henry, he plays video games. maybe get him into some type of sports or something after school. I don't know exactly what all he has going on, but to have him latch on to older children, as far as your brother, that probably isn't that healthy. It's cool that him and his brother had a good relationship in that way. That could turn either way anyways, because after a while, I mean, Jack is quote unquote an adult right now. It is time for Henry to kind of separate himself and to find his own path. I would check in a lot more with Henry just to see how he's feeling and all that. So, Heather goes out with Brittany, and this is in the Heather. Later on, I'll do this face. And the gist of what's going on, Heather wanted to talk about the fight last night. Brittany wanted to talk about Jared showing up. It's like, can you please get stuck off of that? Because we tired. We do not want to hear about this. So then Heather had to start talking about that. And she was like, I really want you to get out of this place of being stuck on a man. Brittany ended up confessing that she sacrificed her relationship with her children for a man. And it sure does feel like a lot of, I don't want to say karma, but she reaping what she's sowing. She's still chasing after a man that don't want her. And still don't have any type of relationships together at all. You need to get on the couch and talk to the lady. That's all I got to say, ma'am. Because how in the world are you going to admit that? You need to chase as hard after your children as you do a man. You're chasing after something to try to complete you and destroying other people in the process. You're never going to be whole. So Heather's trying to give her some truths, and she didn't want to take it. It's so hurtful. It's so... What I will say about some of these white reality shows, it's just like y'all get so offended by somebody telling you the truth, and they don't even tell you in a harsh way. That is so crazy that you would try to turn this around to try to be the victim and someone just trying to get you to snap out of whatever you're at and trying to be a friend to you. If everybody's just gonna keep on having these these blinders on for you and cheer you on, if that's what you want to do, cool. But I'm still gonna tell you the truth. If you don't listen, you don't listen. Other than that, I would probably tell you once. And then you're not gonna come to me about your problems with this man. Go after your children, Brittany, because you are really ridiculous to me. Really ridiculous. We get another scene with Brittany. They have this type of Mormon gathering that's outside of the normal church worship times that they go. It's kind of like this dedication to her mom. She lost her mom not too long ago. Her dad is there. We meet him, and he talks a little bit about his wife and her mother. And they sing some hymns. Heather is there. Angie is there. Angie brought some wine. Brittany, in her confessional, was like, Mormons don't drink. And da-da-da-da-da. And Angie was like, well, Mormons don't drink, but every time I was seeing Brittany, she was drinking. So I thought it was festive to bring some wine. Messy, 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 messy lady. Or at least it turned into a messiness. But I don't know what type of religion Angie is, but if you know anything about the Mormon people, then they probably, and you know that they don't drink. And you've known Heather forever in the day, so you know that Mormons don't drink. So to bring it to a Mormon function, messy. Messy. Funny, but messy. Browen, she goes and picks up her husband. She always goes, I guess, to the airport sometimes in costume to go pick him up because, he works a certain amount of days during the week in New York and then comes back here. This is why I don't think that they really live here. I think that they've rented a house to film the show. We find out later that she's telling Heather, I still haven't decorated and all this good stuff. It doesn't seem like this is your house. It's cool or whatever, even though they gave Jessel a hard time on New York for just moving here for the show, blah, 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 blah. Because over there, you're supposed to be a real New Yorker, but I guess it's okay. You could be, Meredith says that she only spends a certain amount of time in Utah and all that good stuff, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, what I was going to say, Meredith nor Mary were seen at all after the whole Angie party thing, so there's a lot of episodes you are missing, Meredith, and I think you better, reevaluate that, get into the groove. But the next episode, it looks like you're going to be setting some stuff off. But anyways, what was I going to say? Oh, so Angie and Heather, they get into it. Angie's like, look, you went to Lisa about something and I think that you're really up her ass. You want to prove your loyalty to her, and we've been friends for over 15 years and all that. And I don't understand why you went to her and not let us try to work it out ourselves. And Heather was like, well, you know, what you were saying was still a little bit shitty, you know? She also said that Heather also felt like, Angie felt like Heather would only be one-sided in the whole situation. You don't even hear the other person's side in all of this. And Heather was like, you know, that's food for thought. And I think I would think of this. You know what, Heather reminds me of a church goer. Someone that puts on a mask to make it seem like she's holy. I don't know if they do holy, but just run with me. Someone that has this facade of, I love God, I love this, I love everything. Everything is just so beautiful, and anything that she sees wrong, she calls out. She's a fault finder. You can tell that Mormonism is still in her veins, and she has not let go of that falseness or this pretentiousness of the church. So of course she's always acting like she's so nice, she's so this, and if you say something, oh my god, like, it's irritating. I don't know if the only time I really cannot stand Heather is in two ways: when her and Whitney get together, because they are just stupid with these type of theories that they come up with, and then also how she likes to run up Lisa's ass. Like, what the crap? So I think Angie said it right. I do also feel with Angie, you did the same thing that Heather did. You went to Whitney, and then you're going to say, oh, I did this so that they could kind of work it out. But what are you talking about? You're mad that somebody spilled your tea, but you're not mad but you think that you were in the right for spilling Lisa's tea to someone else, that she could go work it out herself. So you're wrong, Angie. That's hypocritical also with you. Did I get on Brownwyn? Oh, she picked up her husband. I'm sorry, I got off track. Brownwyn picked up her husband at the airport. They talked a little bit about Gwendolyn and the parents, the grandparents. Todd's in this place of F them. And just leave it there. That's how he feels about it. Of course, he's going to let her make her own decisions. John and Justin, these are Lisa and Whitney's husbands. They go and meet. John apologizes for the second time coming in his face and doing all that. They really talk it out. John did ask Justin, do you think you're in a place to want to apologize to Lisa for some of the aggression? And Justin's like, I gotta really think about that. I don't know what's gonna happen in the next episode. I don't know if they fight at all, but all the couples are coming together. I'm kind of all over the place, I'm sorry. Brownwyn is planning this Palm Springs trip to NASCAR. They wanted to celebrate the 10 years of them being together. Brittany's not coming. She wants to extend an invitation to Heather, but she's not really sure how that goes, so they're going to meet. Before we get there, how I explain things about this whole Lisa thing, yes, Lisa did come up to Justin. But if you listen to me and go on this journey, I don't think that Lisa was trying to up front go up to Justin. I think she was running to John. Lisa's pattern is to go to John anytime that she's feeling any type of emotional anything. If you've ever studied her at all, I think since Justin was there, she ended up saying that stuff as she's walking up to John. Was she charging? Was she trying? I don't really believe so. However, it ended up that way. That's where Lisa could take accountability for. Like, look, you may not have meant it that way, but it turned out that way, and Justin reacted that way. So it's like, it's to me a 50-50 type of thing. It kind of just happened, and it snowballed into all of that, in my opinion. You know, I think that's about it until we get to the Brownwyn and Heather thing. Brownwyn was like, look, I apologize if everything. She halfway apologized. I'm gonna say it this way. I love Brownwyn because, like, I can admit I was this, I was that, and if this appears to be messy, I apologize for that. And Heather's like, well, it doesn't seem like you're apologizing genuinely. Like, if we're ever going to get over this road, I'm trying to apologize so that we can move on someplace. Well, don't do anything that you don't want to do. Really, Brownwyn wants Heather to meet her halfway. She wants Heather to admit that she's messy. But since church girl Mormon Heather is not going to admit that she's messy because that means that this exterior that she tries to put on in this mask is going to be cracked. But people know your tea. People see the cracks and you're leaking. Heather, well, she doesn't admit to anything and she's getting sick to her stomach and she's got to leave. Let me take note that, Brown, don't invite people over and your dogs are pooping all over your place. You mean they get to move around freely and they still pooping? Y'all don't have no type of no signal to get them to go outside or nothing? That's quite crazy. So, and I wouldn't eat anything from your house. I'm sorry. Not with them dogs running all over. I think that you tried to do the best that you could, but I wouldn't eat anything at your house. But yeah, that's how it is. Brownman was sticking and trying to hold the girl accountable, and I like how she just stood 10 toes down in what she said, and you need to admit that you're messy. Heather could not do that. That was the episode. I don't think it was filler, like people would probably think. It was still cool. I'm not uninterested in the show, but y'all can give me your thoughts below. I'm sorry I was all over the place. I was trying to remember everything that was happening that I wanted to say and all that. But it's still a pretty good episode, and next week it's going to be fireworks again. Salt Lake City has found their lane, their groove, and they're just operating in it. Please leave your comments. Thank you for coming to my channel. Subscribe and also like this video. Until the next one, peace.